Hey there guys, Next Gen Strike here back again for another video. It's late night, the lighting is terrible, I'm going to have another video come out like this. You guys will see it, but I had to make this video. Now this video is late for two reasons, okay? But I needed to make this video, let me explain why. Okay, so first off, first reason it's late is because I don't watch Arrow anymore. Arrow, to me, is so bad, so boring, and just terribly written, okay? Just everything about it's awful. Ever since Season 2 ended, it's been awful. So I watched Arrow Season 4, and I've kept up with Arrow, even though I've pretty much hated it, right? I've kept up with Arrow up until the break. Now, the first break, because from my understanding, they've had a lot of hiatuses, which is common with DC stuff, because, you know, whatever. So, the first break, which was planned, was during, like, Christmas time, you know? And that's when I stopped watching it. And I just had no interest in watching it again, because it's just so boring. Like, I don't care what's happening. It's, like I've said, it's written horribly. It's just olicity. That's all it is. It's olicity, olicity, olicity. And they try so hard to make you like her. When did the show get taken over by Tumblr? That's all I'm saying. But anyway, so then I was on Twitter. And I saw hashtag Arrow Season 4. I was like, Arrow's trending? Really? People actually care about that show. And everyone's like, oh, major character dies, major character dies. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm not gonna watch that because, or I'm not gonna click on it, you know what I mean? Because I am gonna eventually try and catch up with Season 4. That was my intention, right? I mean, even now I still kind of want to do it just to be like, how bad is Season 4? Because it started off awful. I actually think it was worse than the start of Season 3, so, and you guys have seen me do rant videos on Arrow Season 3. It's bad. It's bad, so yeah, Arrow Season 4 takes the cake. But anyway, so I saw the trending stuff, and I was like, huh, I kept seeing it over and over and over and over, and people were really upset, and I was like, who the heck died? I thought it would be maybe I was hoping, my fingers were really crossed for Felicity, because in case you can't tell, I've hated her since Season 3. I hate her. I hate the way they write her. And I thought, okay, well, if it's not her, then it has to be Diggle, right? Because if it's someone that's actually important, it has to be one of those two. Because no one else in the show even matters. So it's like, well, they're not going to kill off Thea, because Thea, she died already. I was like, so it had to be them, right? No. They killed Laurel. They killed Laurel. Wow. That is just, I cannot believe they did that, honestly. And that's obviously what they were going for. They're going for the shock value. Let's get people talking about Arrow. Well, they did. They succeeded. Except now people hate Arrow even more, and a lot of people are just going to stop watching it. So it actually had the reverse effect of what you guys wanted. Because obviously they were doing this to be like, oh, our ratings suck. Let's kill a character and get people to watch it again. And the reason why I'm mad, right? I know some people don't like Laurel, and that's your opinion, okay? Because there have been times when I haven't liked her either. But the fact of the matter is that she is meant to be with Oliver. Her and Oliver, Black Canary and Green Arrow, they're supposed to be a couple. I mean, that's just how it is. You know, and I hate when shows do this thing with like, oh, we're actually going to put these two characters together because why not? You know, and that's basically what this show has been. It's been Felicity, but I thought, oh, if they're going to kill Felicity, that's going to be great. Then the whole show might actually have a chance of being better again. Nope. This pretty much confirms more Felicity. But yeah, I have really three main problems with this. Okay, so first off, they killed Laurel. Laurel, who was supposed to be with Oliver. Obviously, it's canon, you know, they're together, they've been together and everything. And just to take that away from people after you built her up for so long, like, ever since I want to say really Season 2, they started building her up. Well, I guess it's been a progression throughout the whole show. Basically, at the start of Season 2, I feel like she was really starting to come into her own character. And then Season 3, she was, you know, training to be the Black Canary. And then they're like, oh, this is going to be so epic. And ever since she became the Black Canary, she was awful. I mean, she gets her ass kicked all the time. And all of her little fight scenes, she's like, oh, I'm so cool, I'm so impressive. It's awful. Like, everything I've seen is awful. Now, unless they, like, pulled a rabbit out of the hat and they're like, oh, now she's a mixed martial arts fighter, badass, all this stuff. In the few episodes I didn't see, maybe. But even then, it's like, it took her so long to get there and then they kill her off. It doesn't make sense, right? Why would you build her up? And they're like, oh, this is what we always envisioned her to be, We always knew she was going to be the Black Canary because, duh, that's her name, right? Diana Laurel Lance, that's the character's name. We all knew that, They're like, yeah, we're going to build her up, and then kill her. Yeah. So who's left? Any females that are actually useful? Because Felicity is just an Oracle clone, except she's extremely annoying, and she's self-absorbed, self-important, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm so cool, I'm so funny, I'm so quippy, all this stuff. They try so hard to make Felicity cool, and Laurel just constantly got put on the back burner. When Laurel should have been the one that we really liked because she was meant to be with Oliver, and then they killed her. Not when she's fighting like the main villain or anything. No, she dies in the hospital. That is the biggest insult to comic books I've ever seen. If you make it to the hospital, you're going to live, okay? So if you die in the hospital, you know it's bad. You know it's bad. So that's one thing, right? It's bad enough that now Oliver and Laurel are just not going to be together, okay? I mean, and they've said in interviews, like, this is permanent. Unless, so many people hate on them for doing this, that they take it away, which it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they really need ratings on that show bad. Because Flash is just running laps around them, literally, and quality, views, everything. So that's one thing. Taking away the canon relationship, the thing that people were actually looking forward to and hoping that Felicity would just be a little thing and then she would go away or whatever. No. Oliver and Felicity are going to stay together because their Tumblr fan base all wants that. Meanwhile, the rest of the people that actually want a quality good show are forced to either deal with it or stop watching it altogether. Like I said, after season 2, it just turned into a Tumblr fan fiction show, basically. And it's so funny because I got comments on my season 3 rant still, and people are like, dude, please talk about season 4, please. Well, here I am, guys, here I am. So I've talked about point 1 number enough. Point 2. Now, this is the one that people aren't thinking about, okay? Because you really have to watch Arrow a lot to remember this. And not that I've watched it a lot, but I remember season 1. Remember the flashbacks? Okay, now, this is kind of a crazy thing, right? But remember when the flashbacks actually used to mean something in Arrow and they actually used to be interesting and people liked them? I know, you gotta dig. You gotta dig really deep. But if you could remember back in season 1 and season 2 when the flashbacks were actually good, you'll remember in season 1 when Oliver had his little picture of Laurel and he's like, I'm going to hold on to this. This is the one thing that's keeping me going. And I love her so much. And in the same season, obviously it had been 5 years. He got off the island and he's like, I always thought about you, Laurel. You pushed me through and blah, blah, blah. I don't remember if he actually said that to her. Probably not. But, I mean, that was basically the thing, right? Is that he used Laurel to get through the 5 years. He loved Laurel. He always thought about her. And then he got through, and then he pursued her, and he's like, I still care about you, even though I'm not going to be with you because I'm Batman, Batman ripoff. Even then, they were ripping off Batman season 1, but whatever. So yeah, I mean, he did that. He pursued Laurel, and then season 3 kicks in, and they're like, no. When he goes back to the city, he's going to see a picture of Felicity, and he's going to be like, wow, she's so hot, I'm totally going to smash that one day. And what do you know? It completely got sidetracked, because if they honestly do this, if they go in season 5, and he still has that picture, I'm going to be really surprised. But they're not going to do that, let's be real. They're rewriting it. They're rewriting history, okay? Because in season 5, Laurel's going to be dead, she's not going to come back to Arrow, right? And it's just going to be Felicity. I don't know how. They're probably going to have, Felicity on TV or something. It's going to be like, whoa, man. Gotta hit that. It ruins the canon of your own show. And it disappoints me that you guys can't even keep it together, man. It's supposed to be Laurel. You can't like Laurel in season 1, right? And then have a little thing with her sister in season 2, which I was like, okay, she disappeared anyway, so he's still kind of like Laurel, so it's whatever, right? And then season 3 kicks in. It's like, no, Laurel's not important anymore. So you mean to tell me that for the next 3 years, he kept a picture of Laurel, right? And he was subconsciously thinking about her. And then magically, when he comes back, he's like, oh yeah, I'm in love with Laurel again. Yeah, that's about the writing of this show, honestly. Very disappointing. And number 3. Yeah, okay. I forgot what number 3 was because I talked so much. Number 3, more Felicity. My God. Do we really need more Felicity? I mean, think about it. Because the show creators have this thing where they kill off every good character. Because season 1, they killed off Tommy, which a lot of people liked. Season 2, they killed off Moira, who was one of the best female characters. Season 3, they killed off Sarah, who was the best female love interest. I love Sarah so much. I wish she could have been the real Canary, whatever. You know, bygones be bygones. They killed her, now she's back, but she's not on the show anymore, and she's the white canary or whatever. They're probably going to make her be the black canary now, just to appease fanboys, but it's too late. And then in season 4, they killed Laurel. Oh, let's also not forget in season 3 that they killed Thea, just to bring her back and make her Jason Todd. And they killed Roy, but not really, because they just had to write him out of the show. So literally, the show has Oliver, Diggle, and Felicity. And Thea, I guess. Woo! Yay! Oh, I'm so glad we have all the characters no one cares about now. Yay! Yeah, so who are they going to kill in season 5? Diggle? They're not going to kill Felicity, come on. They're not going to kill her. They already killed Thea. I mean, they could kill her again, maybe, but I don't know, maybe they'll kill Diggle. That'd be great, right? Just have him and Thea, Jason Todd, Thea, and we'll have Oracle, Felicity, and then we'll have Batman, aka the Green Arrow. So that's great. Just have Team Batman in season 5 of Arrow, have the show get canceled, and it'll be wonderful. Yay! Anyway, the show sucks. I hate it. I've hated it since season 3. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care if you like Arrow. It's garbage. The writing's awful. The action's stupid. Very anticlimactic. The storylines are just, they're unbearable. The flashbacks, the flashbacks are just time filler at this point. And I don't like Arrow at all. But at least in the back of my mind, I thought, you know what? One day they're gonna kill Felicity or write her off somehow, and then they're gonna have Laurel. But no. The show creators said this, okay? They said, once Laurel was in season 1, the romance, we had no interest in ever using her again. How can you say that? How? That's like having a Superman show, okay? Well, we've had Superman shows, but let's say there's a CW one that's new, okay? And it's just Superman. He's Superman, he's not Clark Kent, he's Superman, right? And Lois Lane is the love interest in season 1. And then after that, he starts hooking up with Wonder Woman and, I don't know, just all these other people, right? Because, CW, they gotta have their stupid soap opera dramas, which is basically what Arrow is. It's a big soap opera. Nothing interesting. I mean, Damien Dark, really terrible villain. And yeah, I mean, it would be stupid, wouldn't it? And then to kill Lois off just to make sure that she never had a chance. You guys can see what I mean. Arrow's garbage. I really don't see why I need to talk about this anymore. I mean, I got really in detail with season 3's explanations as to why it sucked, but season 4, it's basically just the Felicity show, well, more importantly, the olicity show. That's all that ever mattered. And everything else is just to make them both look great. So that is all I had for now. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thumbs up if you liked. If you're really pissed off and triggered in the comment section, please tell me how great Felicity is. But just know that I'm not going to take you seriously at all, okay? So anyway, that's all I have for now. Catch you guys later.